In life, what do we seek the most? Answers might vary from family to capital, but at the end of the day, most answers will boil down to happiness. Everyone wants a life that will provide them with satisfaction and happiness. Robert Eggers' sophomore feature, The Lighthouse, is a film which explores just how desperate some are for this. Winslow is a young man who gets a job working as a lighthouse keeper alongside an old veteran wickie named Tom off the coast of Maine in the 1890s. The tension of the film starts long before the storm, however. Immediately, Tom pulls rank against Winslow, claiming the duty of watching the light, while Winslow does the dirty work of keeping the island running.
Well, I was expecting to get up to see the lantern.
I tend to light.
Well, the rules is alternating shifts.
It's the mid-watch. That's the dreadland. My watch. Night to morning. So, you junior man, I'm fixed with. See to your duties. The light is mine.
From carrying oil to cleaning the house, this obviously upsets Winslow, and this unfair display of power immediately creates a wall between the two men, which grows as Tom talks about the power the light has had on his life. Tom has found satisfaction caring for the light, allowing him to leave the normal stress of the human condition behind. Winslow is after this. He has traveled from town to town trying to find work that will lead him to a better life and is haunted by his past. Not only would achieving the job of caring for the light get Winslow out of his exhausting physical labor, but it would also put him on the path which Tom claims could give him happiness. Where Winslow initially accepts that Tom has control of their light and he will have to wait to eventually get his own, towards the end of the film he finally reads Tom's log, seeing that Tom has filled it with lies meant to tear Winslow down. Tom views Winslow as a threat to his peace and happiness and is willing to do whatever it takes to protect his position with the light. Winslow, on the other hand, is also now fighting to protect his claim for happiness. He attacks Tom and nearly even buries him alive to protect his chance of getting to the light and protect his chance of finding that happiness.
System missing. Given to habitual self-abuse in the supply chain. Drunk on duty. Assault. Theft. Recommend severance without pay. Severance without pay! Are you trying to ruin me?
Not only do these two men struggle with finding a permanent happiness, but they often also retreat to a more short-term version of peace in alcohol. Tom claims it is a common thing for sailors to drink their problems away.
The only medicine is drink. Keeps them sailors happy, keeps them agreeable, keeps them calm, keeps them stupid.
Where the third act of the film turns into an unclear mix of reality and fantasy due to their descent into madness, it is clear that both men are desperate for alcohol to quiet their nerves and worries, even going as far as to turn oil meant for the light into a drinkable substance to give them that buzz needed to keep them alive and sane. The Lighthouse has countless meanings and possible metaphors hidden throughout its runtime, but one clearly is an exploration of what people will do in order to be happy. Everyone wants to be able to look back at their life and be satisfied with what they did with their short amount of years. But for those like Winslow who have skeletons in their closets, that drive can turn to desperation. Even more so than finding true happiness, that desperation can turn pathetic, making even an experience of looking into a light orgasmic. Tom and Winslow are two men lost on their journeys for satisfaction and happiness. Both want to be content with their lives and have fictionalized stories and powers from a light in order to give that to themselves, which eventually ends up being their downfall. Their desperate pursuit for happiness in the light leaves both men dead, alone on a cold rock off the coast of Maine, literally being eaten alive by seagulls. Far, far away from the houses and families they dreamed of having when they were younger.